Hello, everyone. Welcome to session 5, The Joy of the Spirit, day 98. I am Julie, and I'm from Chicago. We had a beautiful day here in Chicago. The sun finally came out, so we were able to enjoy some fall leaves, which were absolutely beautiful. So hopefully you got to enjoy a little bit of that wherever you're joining us from. 98 days. Wow. If you've been joining us that long, congratulations and great job. And I hope you're enjoying your journey. I have been meditating since 2009. So I've been a regular practitioner of Sahaja Yoga meditation since then. And tonight we're going to be following some similar, agendas as we have in the past here on this program. But I will mention that if you are joining us for the first time, or if you have missed some sessions, all of these sessions are recorded, so you can kind of catch up at your own pace by listening to those to get caught up to where we are now. We have an ongoing program where you can get joined together with a mentor practicing Sahaja Yogi. And I will mention that if you'd like to change mentors at all or add additional mentors at any time, you go ahead and request that. I believe you can request that in the chat group if you're interested in that. Our goal for this particular 21-day session is to sustain longer periods of silence. So this is, during our meditation, we're taking a lot of affirmations, or we're using a lot of treatments or foot soaking or candling, we're going to really try to be just silent during portions of tonight's meditation with no affirmations, with nothing. And hopefully that will help extend your ability to feel that sense of mental silence, where you're perhaps without thoughts for a little bit longer during your meditation. Today's program, again, we're going to be doing a foot soak as we usually do. And then we'll also be doing some candling. I believe you were introduced to candling already on this program. You will have a candle, if you're new to this, that you put in a little tray so that it's upright as such, and that you're just holding the tray. So we want to be safe while we're doing the candling. You will take the candle, and there are a couple ways to use it. I believe in the past, you've learned how to candle up and down your left channel. The left channel is naturally cooler, and we want to warm it and use the element of light to help clear our left channel. So we can literally run the candle up and down our left side, which also includes the right side of our head, since the left channel crosses over right at the level of our optic chiasma here. But tonight we're also going to be using the candle to work on individual chakras by moving the candle in a clockwise rotation. For example, I'll be doing it on my heart chakra. It's not lit right now, but we'll be lighting the candle later. We'll be moving the candle around toward our left shoulder. So toward our left shoulder and around, making little clockwise motions around the chakra with the element of light, with the candle flame like this. Or if we do our left throat chakra, the Vishuddhi, we can candle it right next to the Vishuddhi chakra by motioning around to the left shoulder like such. So we'll work on individual chakras tonight with the candle. And then we'll have a guided meditation, and then followed by a talk by Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, the founder of Sahaja Yoga. And then finally, we'll go into those interactive breakout rooms at the end of the session. Tonight's theme is about being honest with ourselves. So I'll explain a little bit from my perspective what that might mean. Obviously, in any type of growth situation, any type of spiritual program that you're following, you want to grow in a way where you're being honest with yourself first, so that you can face some of the things inside of you before you're able to grow and get past them. So that's the same with Sahaja Yoga. We use this as a platform to introspect, to look inside of ourselves and to find out what are our strengths, and what maybe are some of our shortcomings or things that we want to improve on, things that aren't maybe as strong as other aspects within ourselves. We're human, it's natural, we all have it. But when we face that and really look into it a little bit further, it can help us grow to the next level and deepen our meditations as well at the same time. So what does that mean? For me, I know that I have more catches or more imbalances on my left channel. And I can feel that because I have developed that sense of vibratory awareness on my hands and throughout my body, where I can feel the tingling or the heat more on the fingers on the left side. And in particular, I have some tingling and catches that have become kind of a pattern on the left Vishuddhi finger, the left index finger. So that it has become more something that I've noticed over time that has repeated. And that helps us to introspect by saying, okay, well, what does that left Vishuddhi finger, what does that chakra stand for? What does that represent within me? I know that being a little bit more of a left-sided person, I have qualities that help me to be more sensitive and really perceive how others might be feeling. I might be more empathetic. There's all sorts of wonderful qualities about the left side. But when the left side gets out of balance a little bit, we tend to, it can cause a little bit more where the left side, in a way, attacks us a little bit. So whereas right-sided people might yell at other people when they get angry and use their voice in a negative way by shouting or taking their anger out on someone else, for me, the left Vishuddhi is usually something where I'm sometimes unconsciously or subtly saying negative things inwardly toward myself. So the left-sided people can be a little bit more inward with their focus versus outward and pushing it out there on other people. And so what does that mean? I've had to look at that as a human being, introspect as to what that means, and then really look at it in my life, face it, and see if there's ways that I can develop new habits, undo those old conditionings, and rise above it and try to develop new habits instead. And of course, the process of meditation helps clear that chakra, clear all of our chakras that are out of balance, and then helps propel that process of self-improvement. So again, being honest with ourselves, facing ourselves, and using this meditation process of feeling where these imbalances are to help propel that process further. So we'll listen to a talk tonight by Shri Mataji where she speaks about our conditionings a little bit more and how we need to really look at what they are, face them, and grow. Okay, I think what we'll do first is light our candles as we get ready for our meditation. So if you have a candle, we can use just the one candle that I showed you before, up and down our left side. If you want to get fancy, there's treatments where we can use multiple candles at the same time. So if you have more than one candle ready, we can also take our left hand and point that toward the candle. So our fingers are pointing toward the flame, just like this. And you can do this while we're working with the candle with our right hand on the left channel. For example, if I'm feeling touches on my left index finger for the left Vishuddhi, I can hold the candle pretty close to my first finger. And that element of light helps clear that chakra just by holding it near the flame. I can do that to the other fingers as well. And then also, if you want to work on the whole left side or on the left void chakra, you can cup your hand around the flame like this and just hold it here during the meditation. And just let that element of light work on all of the chakras on the left side. And then if you're feeling really daring, we can actually have a third candle with us. And that third candle is just going to sit near your left hip. And so if you're sitting on the floor, it's easy because you can put it right next to you on the floor by your left hip. If you're sitting, you'd have to get like a little stool or something to prop it up on. But it's just something to think about for the future. You can do a 3-candle treatment where the one is working up the left side. The one is working on our left hand and our left fingers. And the third one, it just sits right down at the hip on the left side. Very effective for clearing that left channel if those of you out there have some imbalances more on the left side. All right, I'm going to put my candle down for one moment. And we're going to raise our energy and take a bandhan. You'll have to have your Footsoak ready to go as well, as we'll be using that in just a moment after we finish raising our energy and take the bandhan. So let's go ahead and close our eyes. And relax completely and melt into our seated position, letting the earth completely sustain us as we prepare for this meditation. And take a couple deep breaths in and out. And we'll go ahead and raise our energy. All right, and we can take our feet and put them in our Footsoak bowl. We won't be working with the candle just yet. We'll just start by taking both of our hands and pointing them down at the earth. And we'll start by asking for this inner energy to help cleanse and clear our Muladhara chakra, our first chakra at the base of our spine. Let's put all of our attention right at the base of our spine. And of course, here, manifest within us is the quality of complete innocence and purity, without which we have nothing. It is our greatest and most powerful strength. It is our strongest and best gift that we've received from the divine energy. So we celebrate it and ask for those qualities to manifest within us. We say here, Mother, please clear my Muladhara. And let me feel the innocence and purity of my spirit. Let me feel the wisdom and discretion within me. The joy and spontaneity of a child. And the humility and devotion toward this motherly energy which is within us, which is working so hard for our benevolence on our behalf, granting us this state of mental silence. All right, let's take our right hand to the lap, palm facing up. And now we're going to take our left hand, bend it at the left elbow, and point our fingers toward the sky to clear our right channel. The right channel can get out of balance if we are feeling too busy, doing too many things, planning too far ahead for the future, thinking too much. So here we just ask this mother energy to please cool down my right channel and bring it into balance. Slow down my mind. We can say here of this mother energy, this living conscious energy within us. We can say, Mother, you do everything. I do nothing. You are the doer and the enjoyer of all things within me. You're the planner. You're the organizer. You're the knower. Right now, in this moment, I do nothing. All right, let's take our left hand down to the lap now, palm facing up. And here's where we'll start working with our candles. We'll start by running the candle up our left channel very slowly and with intention, starting at the left lower abdomen and going all the way up very slowly along the left side until we get to the level of around our eyes, and then we cross over to the right side of the head. Wrap it around and then come back the same way all the way down again. And we can do that nice and slow for several times. Just letting that light element do its work on the left channel. If you're starting to feel some vibrations or tingling, you can put your attention on those vibrations. We can also take some affirmations while we candle. For the whole left side, we'll just ask, please let me feel the joy of my true self, the joy of my spirit through the entire left channel. me feel the joy of life, the joy of just being, just existing. Okay, now we can work with the candle on specific chakras. And we'll start with the lower abdomen on the left side there, the Swadhisthana chakra. You won't be able to see it because my camera angle is too high to show it, but we're just going to be making clockwise rotations toward our left shoulder and around at the level of the lower abdomen right before it meets our lap. Here we're working on our left Swadhisthana chakra, which is an area that can get caught if we do have too many conditionings. If there are beliefs that we hold consciously or unconsciously that may be not true. We'll let the element of light here work as we ask our mother energy to please help us find the absolute pure truth within us. Take away all conditionings, all false beliefs. Let's go up a few inches to the left Nabhi chakra and the upper abdomen and work with the candle there. Same clockwise rotation around that area. And again, we only use the candle on our left side. The element of the heat will be too strong and too hot for our right channel. We only need it on the left. Help us to feel that feeling of complete peace within, complete satisfaction. Now we can move up to the left heart chakra. And just feel the essence of who we are as the pure consciousness, the pure spirit. I am the pure self. I am the pure spirit. And moving up to the left Vishuddhi chakra on the left side of our neck. Working with the candle here. Reaffirming, Mother, I am not guilty at all. I am not guilty at all. Help me to feel good about myself. Always. I am not the voice I hear in my head that tells me about any of my weaknesses. I am not my weaknesses. Yeah, now I'm going to move the candle to the left Agya chakra, which is on the right side of our head. And we can just move the candle where the flame is right by our temple and just make forward and backward motions. Kind of where our ear is there. Now the left Agya chakra has also to do with our conditionings. It's where our superego resides, and false beliefs and false ideas can get stuck in there too, just from being human and living life and being exposed to things that may or may not be true. So we ask here, please remove any conditionings that are not true. Please remove any conditionings that are false or untrue. Very nice. Okay. We can blow out the candle. And we'll work just a bit on our central channel. Let's take our right hand at the lower abdomen, a few inches away from our body, and just guide our energy upward using our right hand, moving it along the front of our body all the way up to the top of our head, guiding that Kundalini energy along the path from the base of our spine. We'll do it again. Up to the Sahasrara chakra, the crown chakra on top of our head. Do this as many times as you feel. We can just say, I forgive everything. I forgive everyone. And I forgive myself. Let's keep our hands on our lap now and take our attention all the way to the crown chakra, the Sahasrara, and simultaneously on the palms of our hands. And take a few deep breaths. And ask this inner energy to take us into mental silence. Take us into the state of true meditation. I surrender all thoughts. I surrender all emotions. Right now, I just wish to experience my spirit, my true self. In the state of joy, in the state of thoughtlessness. All right. We can keep our attention on the top of our head and on the palms of our hands if you feel. And we'll listen to a talk now by Shri Mataji while we stay in this state of meditation.
We cannot enjoy anything in life. Really, we cannot. You can see the way people are now going on for such sensational things. The reason is there's no joy. The sensitivity to joy is so reduced that I sometimes fear with all that they are doing, so fed up that they may have to put electrodes in their limbic area to get the joy instantly. They have become so very insensitive to anything. They will not laugh, they will not smile. They are so full of closed hearts and frightening things, whatever is said about human beings. Now, first thing you have to know, you don't have to suffer at all. Secondly, you don't have to judge yourself. Let your Kundalini rise and judge you. You don't start judging yourself and condemning yourself. And another fashion, which is very common, is to feel guilty. From the very beginning, you start, I am afraid. What are you afraid of? You have to have all the courage, all the blessings, and all the confidence. You are a human being. And this is the message I want to tell you, that you are a human being and you have to be the spirit. And once you are the spirit, you will be surprised, the blessings will be showering upon you. In these modern times, to talk about these things is out of date. But it is predicted that this will be said and this will be done. For us, it is important, first of all, to know our own glory, our own truths, and about how we are built and how others are built. Once you know that, first of all, the peace within is established. Unless and until there is peace within, what do you talk of this peace organization and peace Nobel Prize? I have seen the people who have got Nobel Prizes are the most hot-headed, so much that you have to talk to them with a barge pole in between. Anytime they are up to jump on you, you cannot challenge them. Even talking to them is a difficult situation. So how are they going to have this peace foundation when they are themselves so shaky? Then you have other things talking about the love, full of lust and greed. They love your purse, not you. When you talk of love, love is a thing that's detached. Like the sap in the tree rises, goes to all the leaves, all the trunk, all the flowers, all the fruits, and comes back. It's not attached. If it gets attached to one fruit, the tree will die and the fruit will die too. So this pure love or the divine love is detached. That's why it acts. It works. A person who is a realized soul is such a pure personality that even a glance of such a person can do lots of things. Even a thought of such a person in the attention can do so many things, bring about so many changes. So, this is the time of our transformation. We have to become a higher personality. The transformation has to take place. At the time of Easter, we give people eggs. Perhaps people do not know why do we give them eggs at the time of Easter. But about Christ is written in our scriptures that he was an egg to begin with. Of course, he was much more before that, but to begin with, he was the God of innocence. But then he came as an egg. And then he was divided into two halves. The one half which incarnated and which transformed Easter. So the resurrection is the transformation. Like an egg, if we are bound by our conditioning and by our ego, we break through that shell and become a bird which is really a free bird. Only thing, the bird has to know how to fly. Now this is, again I am saying, is the living process of the living nature, of the living power of love. It is not something artificial. In Sahaja Yoga, I must have spoken in this hall, I don't know how many times before. And again, today there's a chance to speak to you. What I have to say that it is important, the becoming is not important. You cannot become a member of Sahaja Yoga. You cannot pay membership. You cannot pay for your realization. How can you pay? How much do we pay to the Mother Earth to sprout the seed? Does she understand? Because she has the power, she sprouts the seed. If you give her money or read something before her, it makes no difference. But once you get your realization, you start understanding how many powers you have. And the greatest power is of compassion and detached love. These 7 chakras are within us, which are to be enlightened by the awakening of the Kundalini, about which Dr. Spiro has already told you. Now, in this short time, I cannot cover up the whole subject. I must have given at least more than 1,000 lectures in English language. But I would request you one thing, that forget about what you have learned so far, about your conditionings. Because if you had achieved anything out of that, I was not necessary. Now, you have to see with a clean slate, as they say, what you can achieve in this lifetime, which is the most important thing is to be achieved. The highest of all, that you become sensitive to joy. Then you start seeing joy in everything. You don't have to think as, oh, this is the thing which is marvelous. No, it just happens. You see, it is. Just you enjoy without thinking about it. You become a peaceful personality. You become a dynamic personality. You are not swayed by the waves of things like some fashion coming up, then some sort of a nonsensical idea coming up, then some medicine coming up, and you treating yourself and getting into trouble. You just rise above all these things at a higher level, and you start seeing everything as a witness. You become the witness of all the jokes that are going on, and you just watch it, and you think, what's all this? Is just a play. Many people have said that, Mother, you always laugh so much and you have always smiling face, so the people are not going to take you seriously. I said, I don't want them to be serious. There's not going to be any seriousness needed. What are you serious about? You should be happy, it's fun. We have to be happy people. We have to be happy. Those people who think they are very guilty should punish themselves by saying, you are not guilty, you are not guilty. 108 times. That's what we have in Sahaja Yoga. It's just a myth. All these are myths. We are working with myths and making our lives miserable, which is meant to be joy, happiness, and all the overflowing blessings of the divine. Whatever I'm telling you about, we have within ourselves all the great powers hidden of our brain, of our liver, of our heart. They are to be enlightened. And then in the light, you see everything. But as in this room you have so many lights, you have to just push in one button and the whole thing comes down. In the same way it happens. But if I start telling you about the history of electricity in the dark and all about how it came here and what all happened, you would be just fed up with it. So, what we are doing is to tell you that let us put on the button first. You better have your light and see in that light if it is true or not. If it is true, you have to understand and accept it honestly. You have to be honest to yourself. That is the main point I am trying to tell you. We are not to play about with ourselves and play about with our conditionings. We have to be honest and to get to our properties that are within ourselves. I am not here to oblige you at all. There is no obligation. It's just like a catalyst, I would say. And you become the catalyst yourself once you get your realization. And you can do all that I can do. It's very easy and very simple. May God bless you all.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that beautiful talk and beautiful meditation as well. We'll go ahead right into some announcements before we go into breakout rooms tonight, so you can ask some questions. Waiting for the announcements to come up on screen. There they are. Perfect. You may have seen this announcement before, but weekend of November 4th and 5th, there is a intermediate Sahaja yoga seminar on 2 days there, Saturday and Sunday. So if you're interested, there are still some spots left. So please do join us for that meditation seminar. It's going to be an amazing experience. The place that they hold it is one of Shri Mataji's houses that she lived in while she was here. Gorgeous building in New Jersey. So there's lots of beauty to behold, both inward and outward there at that experience. And I promise that it will help you go deeper. I believe that we've got another session coming up on Tuesday. We're following the Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday schedule. So join us for the next session on Tuesday. We'll have another collective Footsoak and meditation then. Again, 8:45 Eastern time, as usual. So, and then it looks like the Tuesday is going to be strengthening our left side. So we did a little bit of that tonight with the candling, but we're going to keep focusing on that left channel on Tuesday. If you already have a mentor, fantastic. If you need a new mentor, or if you want to request one for the first time, absolutely, please do. We'd love to help you and help you grow. We have a WhatsApp group that you can join as well to keep updated on certain happenings and certain meditations. And of course, these sessions are always recorded on YouTube as well. So if you want to stay and join us for the one-on-one breakout rooms, absolutely, just stay on and we'll go ahead and match you up with an experienced Sahaja yogi for any type of questions that you might have to help you go deeper. So we'll play a little music and then hang on for a little bit longer if you want to be in a breakout room, and we'll get everybody matched up.